tubers, Ryan back with another episode of San Diego Beer Vlogged, and I'm joined again by Peter the Massive Hoppets, and for the first time ever, Jakob, the Lord of Malts himself, joins us on a Skype collab review. We've done some California beers, we've done some Belgian beers, but now it's time to finally do a Danish beer with Peter, who's of course in Denmark, and we're gonna do Midtfyns Bryghus Imperial Stout. I probably slightly butchered that. I had the pronunciation okay, but anyway, this is a 9.5% Imperial Stout that's been oak aged. It's won an award back in 2007 for the best new Danish beer. So really looking forward to this. Glad I was able to get this one here in San Diego. And you guys ready to crack this thing open?
Yeah, sure, man. Definitely. Let's get it cracked. So here it is. Pretty black Imperial Stout. I don't see much light coming through this one.
Done. Couple
Nice
fingers
looking
of head.
Yeah.
Real like light tan on there.
Yeah. Looks like a traditional textbook Imperial Stout.
Yeah, I'm not used to seeing that much head on Imperial Stout. We'll see how quickly it fades, but I do see a little bit of legs, alcohol legs in my glass, but not too much.
But yeah, it looks like a pretty traditional textbook Imperial Stout.
Yeah, let's get the aroma on it.
Yeah.
I'm getting a lot of fruitiness, a lot of kind of darker fruits.
Yeah, dark fruits, and I also get some
Little hints of chocolate.
yeah, and some light coffee notes, almost salty actually.
Yeah, definitely some coffee. Maybe slight vanilla notes in there too, probably coming from maybe the oak.
And a pitch of caramel, dark caramel.
Yes, yeah, agreed.
Yeah, and some licorice, I think too.
Yeah, it smells good. Ready to dive into this one?
Yeah, I've never had this one actually, so it's gonna be pretty interesting.
Yeah.
Cool. All right.
Cheers! Cheers!
Cheers!
Cheers, Ryan. That's pretty nice.
Yeah,
Not the best Imperial Stout I've had, but it's pretty nice.
Yeah, it's decent with a good mouthfeel.
What do you call the body on it?
It's pretty medium. It's actually much lighter than I thought it was going to be.
Yeah, it's not that full actually.
Makes it really drinkable though. At 9.5%, I get just a touch of alcohol in the end.
Yeah.
But nothing overpowering or anything.
No. And then the flavors is I get a lot of coffee in the back end actually, and then the roasted malt up front, and again those fruity esters, the darker fruits.
A lot of dark fruits. Yeah, it follows the aroma fairly well, I'd say.
But I do not really get any oak. I mean, I think it's brewed with oak chips and not aged on oak.
Yeah.
There is maybe a subtle oakiness in there, giving some vanilla quality.
Yeah, I get slight vanilla, kind of tanniny, kind of vanilla character just at the very end. Kind of like when most of the beer's gone down your throat, get slight kind of remnants of vanilla notes. But up front, it's kind of like big kind of caramel notes.
Yeah, like a burnt caramel kind of.
Yeah.
Then it kind of goes into that more roasty coffee note, so you kind of expect with the stout.
Yeah, initially it's actually quite sweet. Like a sugary, chocolatey flavor.
Yeah, like nice little chocolate hints in there. Yeah, it is fairly sweet up front, but it finishes fairly dry. I think maybe the alcohol kind of helps balance it out with some of the roast character, adding some bitterness in there.
Yeah, I get it like it's in the initial sips a sugary note, which just fades quite fast because of the bitterness and the roast.
Yeah, it's a nice drinking stout.
Yeah. How much did you pay for your bottle?
I can't remember.
Wow.
I want to say probably around $10 US for it.
It's the same as we did.
I'm just guessing. I just saw it and I'm like, sweet, a Danish beer. I don't think Peter's reviewed this one. I should grab it and we can see if we can review it. And then here we are reviewing it.
That's pretty awesome. But yeah, it's a pretty textbook Imperial Stout. It's pretty good. Not much wrong with it. I could have used a little more mouthfeel though.
Yeah, it kind of reminds me of that sense of like Keller's Beer Geek Brunch or Breakfast series. It's kind of like you just like based on the ABV expect a little more mouthfeel going on with it.
Yeah, maybe a little more creamy, sugary.
Yeah,
kind of.
Especially because it's
caramel.
Especially because it states to be an Imperial Stout. It does taste like an Imperial Stout, but mouthfeel wise, it could use some more.
Yeah, I'm getting the more I drink it, I get a little more of those dark fruits, kind of like It's slightly sweeter fruits. It's like, to me, it's not quite like a quad with like raisins or figs. It's sort of like almost a berry note, but not quite. It's kind of like maybe like
a light darker berry.
Yeah, exactly.
And like a generic, not a particular berry, but like a generic darker berry flavor.
Yeah. Just and then the coffee, kind of roasty coffee finish. Just slight tinge of vanilla.
Yeah, I actually feel I get some salty seafood kind of notes to it.
Seafood?
No, not seafood. What do you call it?
Soy sauce.
Soy sauce, oyster kind of.
Okay. Yeah, it does have some salty kind of quality to it. But that's probably because of the coffee bitterness and all.
Yeah, I can see where Jakob's going with the saltiness on it for sure.
Okay, so rating-wise for the Midtfyns Bryghus Imperial Stout, it's a pretty good. It's a textbook Imperial Stout. Not the best I've had, but rating-wise for me, I'm gonna go 80, straight up 80. It's a pretty good Imperial Stout, definitely worth picking up. What about you, Jakob?
I'm landing at 78, or yeah, 78. I don't think that I get this seafood kind of salty, almost like salted oysters. I just don't. It's not my alley. So yeah, 78.
Okay.
I'm gonna go straight up B with this one. I think it's definitely above average. The more I've drank it, I've liked it a little bit more. But yeah, for 9.5%, you're expecting it just to be a little bigger, more intense flavors going on. It doesn't quite have it. It is pretty damn drinkable for 9.5%. But yeah, for being like an oak aged beer, you kind of want a little more oak character in there. A little more vanilla notes than it has. It has a slight touch, but yeah, just a really solid beer. I'm glad I bought it though. I'm glad I did the review with you guys for sure.
Yeah,
same here.
All right, so we're pretty much on the same page here. Jakob, Peter, thanks for joining me. That's another look at Midtfyns Bryghus Imperial Stout. You can find this in San Diego if you hit a couple of the really well-known, bigger, better bottle shops in town. You can find this one. Worth giving it a shot if you've never had some Danish beer. It's pretty solid. So, yes, cheers and skål to Peter and Jakob for joining me on this one. We finally did a Danish beer. We'll have to do some more, like Mikkeller.
Yeah,
definitely. We review all the Mikkellers anyway, so we'll have to do some ones out. But that's gonna wrap it up for this one. Until next time, please comment and subscribe. Cheers.
Cheers.